Well, today we have a Suzuki 2006 GSXR 600. Let's start off with looking at the Copart auction. So I want to talk about buying a bike at Copart's. So here's the listing. I got it out the door for $1,600. It says it has a salvage title, 36,000 miles. It says primary damage, mechanical. So I'm clicking through the pictures. See if I can blow this up, view all. There we go. You know, it looks pretty decent. You can see rash right here. And you can see the tail's messed up. They show that. The right side doesn't look too bad. You can see here in the picture the switch is boogered up and there's rash on the end of the bar. Then here it shows the side case has damage, and you can see there's a hole in it. So, you know, 36,000 miles. So this would lead you to believe that this is a bike that was crashed and the insurance company just put it through the auction. Well, let's talk about it. So now this is why a person should always look at one in person if they can. So you're looking at it and I don't see anything major. It's got aftermarket foot pegs. You know, somebody put that on there. This is obviously cheap China fairings, which I'm not a big fan of. But I don't see any damage here. Gas tank looks good on this side. You know, the front end's all intact. That's important. Has an aftermarket lever. Everything looks pretty normal here. Then you come to here and this headlight, look at in there, that doesn't look right. That leads me to believe that's a China aftermarket headlight. Well, it's got China fairings, an aftermarket headlight, and you look here at this case, well, that's not a stock case, that's been replaced. So that tells me it's a pretty good indication that this bike has been down before. So let's look at this. So you see rash here. This was this accident. But look right here. This is the swing arm spool that was on the bike that probably got ripped off in the first accident. So this is an indication that tells you this has been in two crashes. Okay. Well, same with this. This is another clue that tells you it's been in multiple crashes. So when you're bidding on stuff, it's good to look for these things, because 2 crashes is going to have more hidden damage. Well, let's talk about what this person did. And this is kind of unusual, but I've seen this happen several times. So the battery, I put this battery in here. The battery was disconnected. Well, that's an indication you're trying to hide something. That means they don't want you to crank it over and try and attempt to start it. So, or they'll put a dead battery in it. But usually when it's disconnected or it's completely dead flat, that's an indication that they don't want you to start it. So let's lift the tank and see. Pop these side frames off. That comes off. That comes off. I've had this tank up already because I was trying to figure out what's going on with it. So if you're bidding on this for a fix and flip or just for a personal bike, be pretty bummed out to see this. Fuel pump's disconnected. See all the fuel injectors? They're all disconnected. Here's another clue. This is leftover. So I think what this came from was they had a power commander or something like that. And it's missing the exhaust. That's another clue. So the person wrecked this bike, and before they gave it to the insurance company, they pulled off a bunch of good parts that, you know, had I've been paying more attention, I'll admit I didn't notice the exhaust gone, but I buy these for a different purpose. I'm parting them out, so it's not that devastating to me if it's just one less thing I can sell. But for somebody that's buying a bike to sell it or to keep it for a personal bike, that's a lot more stuff you're gonna have to buy. And the first clue, there should have been 3 clues. This would have been a bad bike for that. 1, the muffler's missing, so you know they took something off. 2, this case that's been rashed, so you know it's an aftermarket case, so they probably changed it because the other one was rashed. So, you know, those are clues. Those are all clues as to what has happened to this bike in the past and if it's a good bike to buy or not. So I definitely would have passed on this if I was buying it for a to sell myself or ride for myself, or fix it up and sell it. And chances are the reason the person crashed, brand spanking new tires. They still have the hairs on them. That tells me that they probably pulled out of the dealership and went down. Kind of a newbie rookie mistake, but well, I'm not going to do a teardown video of this one because I've done it on one before just like this. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys learn a couple things, and like and subscribe if you like watching these videos. Thanks.